Hello everyone! Today we will take a virtual tour around 7 countries and get acquainted with their representatives and cultures.
My name is Альфред and I am from Quito, Zambia. I am 22 years old and I am studying pharmacy here. I'm in my second year. So Quito is one of the largest cities in Zambia, located in the Copperbelt province. And the Copperbelt province, it's usually known for its mining history, and it's also known for its vibrant community. So Zambia is a landlocked country located in the southern part of Africa. The capital city of Zambia, it is Lusaka. And as of recent estimates, Zambia has a population of about 18 million people. Then besides that, Zambia is also known for its beauty and rich culture. For example, we have the tourist attractions. One example I could give is the spectacular Victoria Falls, which is one of the best places in the world. Then besides that, we also have other tourist attraction sites like the South Ruangwa National Park and the Lower Zambezi National Park. Then also, in addition to that, Zambia also has a rich cultural heritage, which consists of about 72 ethnic groups. And amongst the 72 ethnic groups, I am from the ethnic group which is known as the Bemba. So the main reason as to why I decided to pursue my studies here in Russia, it's because I wanted to experience a different environment of studies that can broaden my perspective in my field of study, which is pharmacy. Then besides that, I also decided to study in Russia because I really like exploring. So I wanted to explore to a different environment that could help me in having different interactions with different people from other parts of the world. Then in choosing my university, I thoroughly did the search and saw how university ranking is. And upon seeing, or rather comparing the support services and the student clubs that are located at a certain university, a particular university, it really helped me in choosing a preferred university that I wanted. So upon reaching in Russia, I was really mesmerized by the buildings in Russia. And upon reaching, I also felt a sense of overwhelming. Yeah. Then amongst a few, one thing that I can mention was the language barrier. I really had difficulties communicating in the Russian language because it was my first time coming to Russia. And before I ventured into the journey of coming to Russia, back there in Zambia, I never had time to learn the Russian language, not even the basics. So it was really a barrier to me in having interactions with Russians regarding the Russian language. Then besides that, also the climate in Russia, we arrived somewhere in October, November, somewhere there, and it was really cold. So it was also a challenge to me in terms of adapting to the weather by that time. So Russia and Zambia differs in many ways. For example, they differ in terms of culture, they differ in terms of lifestyle, as well as in terms of climate. For example, in Zambia we have warm climates, but in Russia there are harsh winters, which can even trigger someone to change maybe their clothing style. Yeah. Then in order for me to adapt to these changes, I made sure that I buy some clothes that are in relation to the Russian weather. Then also I was advised to take some warm food like hot soup. Yes. And besides that, just learning some basic Russian phrases that could help me in terms of day-to-day interactions with some other Russians, especially in times when I want to buy something from the shop. And besides that, also I made sure that I took part in some university clubs that facilitated my Russian speaking skills. So one thing I observed about Russians is that they are really welcoming. Yes, they show that sense of hospitality to their guests, whereby they give them some food or drinks as a way of showing them that welcomingness. Then besides that, I also loved the literature and arts of Russia. For example, the works of the famous Dostoevsky and other authors who existed by then. Alright, so when it comes to food in Russia, okay, they are okay and delicious. I have tried borscht and pelmeni, but I really enjoy eating pelmeni. Yeah, not, but when it comes to borscht, I didn't love it that much. Then when it comes to Zambia, we have nshima, which is made from maize flour, and it's the staple food that we have in Zambia. It can be served with meat or vegetables. Besides nshima, we also have vifisashi. We also have chikanda, which is sometimes referred to as African polony. Alright, so when it comes to day-to-day tasks, how I survive on that is that I utilize my basic Russian phrases that I know. Yeah. Then besides that, also using translation apps, they have really helped me in having conversations with Russians. And also through the translation apps, I usually expose myself to new words so that next time maybe I might not be with my phone. I try by all means to use some words that I learned using my app, the translation application. Then besides that, also seeking some local help, local assistance from someone who is nearby, maybe a Russian, with the use of the basic phrases that you know. I might just go to them, attend to them, then try by all means to explain to them if I want to buy something, or if I'm lost, I don't know where to go, I just ask for assistance. They can easily help. And in as much as we know that, okay, in Russian they speak Russian, there are some Russians who understand the English language, so you can also go to them. You try by all means maybe to explain to them in simple English. They're going to understand, and if they understand, they're really going to help you. So my advice for those students planning to pursue their studies in Russia, I would really advise you to research about your university. Yeah, especially in your field of study there, because there are some universities here in Russia which even offers other programs in English. Yeah, but try to search more about the university. Then besides that, I would also advise on your finances. Make sure that you have a plan on how you're going to spend your finances. Maybe the currency that you are using in your country, when you come to Russia or use the ruble, you find that it's different and you might not know how to spend your money. So make sure that you have a candid plan on how you're going to spend your money. Then also the other advice I could give is try by all means to learn the basic Russian language. It will really help you, especially maybe in your country. If there is a center where they offer the Russian language, try by all means to be attending to the lessons so that as you plan to come to Russia, you'll be familiar with the language and therefore you try by all means to communicate. Then, upon coming to Russia to pursue your studies, I would also advise you that remember that in as much as you are coming for studies, try by all means to utilize other opportunities. Yeah, try by all means to network and also explore Russia. You visit different cities in Russia, especially maybe a city where you're going, there are your friends there. They are going to welcome you. They are going to show you around so that you can see the beauty of Russia. Then besides that, also make sure that you just abide by the rules that are in Russia. Besides the rules, also make sure that you also do the medicals. For example, for foreign students, we do our medicals every year. So make sure that in as much as you come to Russia, your studies, you abide by the rules, and also just try by all means to learn the Russian language so that you get to understand and communicate effectively with Russians. If you know English, if you know French, you speak with them. You also try to teach them some basic phrases in French or some basic phrases in English. Alright, so that was the basic presentation about me and the country where I'm coming from. I'm sure you've learned more than one thing. And besides that, also make sure that based on the information that I've said, you impart it to other people. You share with them the beauty of Zambia. Then I would also recommend that you visit Zambia because it is more than the images and it is more than the presentation that I've showed. But it's best when you visit it so that you can see it by yourself. Otherwise, I really appreciate for your attention and thank you so much.